it's Ruby here. We are on day 8 of our Stella Adler experience here in LA. I'm sitting here with Amy Sanders, who is from Australia, and she moved out here a while ago, 5 years ago? Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, she did a 2-year course at Stella Adler, so I'm going to ask her a few questions. We're quite lucky to have her here. So tell us about your experience at Stella Adler.
Well, it was amazing. I actually studied in the 2-year program, so for 2 years acting was like my life every single day. And I don't know, the teachers were amazing and the training was amazing, and it's just like, you know, there's nowhere else you'd rather be.
From your time at Stella Adler, what was probably the greatest thing that you learned? Like, what's the greatest thing you've taken away from that?
I think learning how to use your imagination was like, I'd never kind of done it before with stuff that I'd been doing in Australia. I used, I don't know, thinking of like your real life and that kind of thing when you're acting, but then being able to use your imagination and that being as powerful as a real memory was just like incredible. It kind of opened up this whole new world because you could imagine experiences you hadn't necessarily been through, which is really cool.
Was there a point before you moved that you second-guessed yourself?
I think I definitely thought I'm going to miss my family, I'm going to miss my mum and dad and my friends, but I just knew that this was like the opportunity of a lifetime, and that, you know, I love it so much, and to be doing that every day, like I was lucky to be able to do that. So not really.
How did you find the adjustments to living here compared to Australia?
It was surprisingly different. Even though Americans speak the same language we speak, they couldn't understand my Australian accent, which was really difficult to get around because I could understand everything everyone else was saying, I think because we were like brought up on...
We've been so westernized.
Yeah, on American movies, and so that I did not plan for that, to have to like change my accent or communicate in a different way. So that was big. And then also things are just really, they're pretty fast here, like things happen quickly, the traffic and the people, and I think Australia or just maybe Geelong and Melbourne are generally pretty laid back, so that was like a pace change I had to get used to. But I kind of like that too, because I like that there are things like happening all the time.
Do you think that you've changed as a person since you moved here?
I was actually going to say I got fat, which is true. I did actually put on some weight with the American food, because that's kind of tricky. Anyway, you can cut that if you want. I think I had to learn to be a little bit stronger, maybe a little bit braver, and also even just recently a little bit pushier. I think in Australia it's kind of good to be laid back and wait for things to come to you and just be like chill about your career. And here you have to be on the pushy side of things, which I'm not really comfortable with, but I think you just kind of have to do it. So I think I'm changing in that way.
Have you gotten much work since moving here, and also what kind of work have you gotten?
Yeah, I've done a couple of like independent films, a little bit of theatre, and I just recently shot a commercial, which was great.
So what was it like trying to find an agent and a manager? Was it hard? Did you find it quite an easy process?
It was a little bit trickier than I thought it would be, because I thought there are so many agents and managers here that it would make it easier, because there's just the numbers. But every agent and every manager I've like gotten is all through a referral.
And finally, my last question is, do you have any advice for some aspiring young actors?
I think you have to love it. If you're going to kind of pursue this and do it with your life, you got to love it with everything that you have. Wake up in the morning and go to bed at night, and still be excited about it. Even if you're in your, I don't know, 5th tech rehearsal of a play that you're not getting paid for example, you still have to, you know that there's nowhere else you'd rather be. And also, I think you have to be prepared to put in the work. It's harder work than lots of people think, because you think kind of acting's like fun and silly and you don't have to think about much, but I think
people are like, it's so easy, you know.
Yeah, it's fine. I think it's just as hard as studying to be a doctor or studying to be a lawyer, and I know that might sound silly, but I truly believe you need to put in just as much work and be as smart as well.
Cool.